Yeah, well, the only thing I'm concentrating on is the Portugal game, mate. So if you want to ask about anything else, don't ask.
I think the Australian public deserve a yes or no answer, Eddie, to the question of did you interview with Japan?
So I've just said to you, mate, and I've already answered that before.
You haven't given a yes or no answer.
I've already said that before.
How hard is it to give a yes or no answer?
I said no, mate. I said no previously.
When people like Simon Boyden say that if that's true, your position's untenable, how does that make you feel?
I'm just worried about the Portuguese game.
Have you considered resigning after this weekend?
I'm only worried about the Portuguese game. Yeah, no. Obviously a tough old week. So we trained the day after the game because we wanted to get back out on the field with young players who want to get their thoughts in their head about how we want to play against Portugal. So we changed the training week around, trained on the Monday, had Tuesday as a recovery day, then had 2 really good sessions Wednesday, Thursday. We've got a clear plan of how we'd like to play against Portugal, and the players have responded really well. You know, as I've said previously, they're a really good bunch of young players, and their application to want to be better has been fantastic.
And you said combination, can you keep the faith?
Look, all we can do is try to get better every day, mate. That's the only thing we can do. You know, we've got a young squad here. I purposely picked a young squad. I think they're the best players in Australia, and all we can do is try to get better every day. There's no lack of desire, no lack of work ethic, no lack of spirit within the team. They're a great bunch of boys, and we're just not good enough at the moment. But if we keep working the way we will be.
Sure, it just be done to, from ground up to sort it out.
Yeah, well, there are. But again, my focus is on the Portuguese game, and I think those sort of issues should be dealt with by Rugby Australia. We're obviously talking about it all the time, and when I first came in the job, we were talking about it, and we're still talking about it now. But it's not for me to talk about those issues, and I don't want anyone to think that we're making excuses for the performance of the team. As I said, I take full responsibility for the performance of the team, and I stand by that.
Do you think you got this that mean in practice?
Well, if people have got a problem with the results, they come to me, right? And at the end of the tournament, I'll stand by that. And if there needs to be a fall guy for the World Cup, then it's obviously me. Like, that's when you become a head coach of a team, you take on that responsibility. So I've got, the playing group. I think it's been absolutely fantastic. I couldn't ask any more for them. So therefore, if there needs to be someone responsible for the performance, it's me. I think that's pretty self-explanatory in a way.
There's one just behind.
What's your motivation, I suppose?
I love coaching, and I love the challenge, and that's the reason I came back to Australia, because I wanted to make a difference. And I apologise, I haven't made a difference. I want to make a difference. I was disappointed how the Wallabies are going, and I wanted to come back and make a change. And I think I've started that process. Where it goes, I don't know, because I'm not in control of that. But I've started that process, and I think we've got a great bunch of young players here who are ready to take it on. And that'll start on Sunday.
Well, it's only natural when we haven't gotten results, isn't it? So, as Eddie's touched on, for us as a group, it was tough 24 hours after the game, and now we focus on what we can control, which is our performance against Portugal, which is finishing in the jersey the way we should be, and doing our country proud with a win. That's all we can control, and that's all we're focusing on.
And the way you wanted it to go?
Yeah, I think for us, our training's been good, and as players, we think it's been good. But it's probably just transferring that into a game situation to the Saturdays. And that's been our focus this week as well, just trying to train well, and then hopefully that transfers to Sunday We haven't been doing that the past couple of weeks, and that's something that we're quite disappointed with the results as well. But that's something for fix, and we're hoping this week we're able to put that out on the field. And
There were some photos made that moment last weekend.
yeah, I was just a bit emotional. I just knew it was a big game for us, just to continue in the World Cup. So I sort of put everything into the week and then into that game as well. But I wasn't really emotional until I hugged Marika. He sort of gave me like a really tight hug there, and I knew he was emotional. So I know that sort of got to me a bit. With him being one of the oldest, and someone that us young boys look up to. So sort of felt emotional after I hugged Marika there. So.
How long you spend on your hair, mate?
Nah, not a lot. Actually, probably 2 weeks. I sort of had to untangle a little bit. It gets a bit knotty up there, so yeah.
One of your teammates told me you might spend
Nah, I don't do anything with it. I just chuck a bit of conditioner in it, and then that does the trick. So yeah. Who is this teammate? Who is this teammate?
Go on, sources remain. The guys this week.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, it was quite tough. Obviously, there's probably the older age. You got Slips and Whitey who've done it a lot, and then obviously the younger group. So, we've definitely had some tough meetings this week. Not necessarily player led, but with Eddie and all the staff involved as well. And when they're all involved and when they're pointing you at the chest, it's hurtful as well. It's a bit more impactful. In terms of the group itself, I think we sort of all know like what's happened and why, but there hasn't been really any player discussion, just players only. A lot of it has come from the coaches, and we've had our own input into those situations. Obviously, like you said, there is a core group here that hopefully will be involved in Australian rugby moving forward for the next into the next World Cup and so forth. So I think the big key lesson for us has been able to just endure the pain, but also learning from it. Like, it has to be a motivational factor moving forward. Like, it was tough. It was a tough day, in the sheds post that. It's like we just came, woke up from a bad hangover. Like, it was just very, very tough, and it was something that we just couldn't get out of our heads. But it was able to, come the Monday and the Tuesday, just being able to wipe that, get on the paddock, move forward, and we still have a chance this weekend. Albeit it's quite small, but there's still hope there. So for us, it's all about putting in a good performance against Portugal.
If a quarterfinals not gap.
I feel it's the group that I came with through in 2019. We were a special group, obviously. There's a lot of players in the team now who have played in the past few years. And before that, results probably weren't the greatest either. So it's hard to say that what we're doing now is right or wrong, considering the fact that before 2019, results were pretty poor. So in that age bracket, it is tough because you have the dominant Northern Hemisphere sides. Look at the way France are playing now. They were the best team in the under 20s when I was part of it. They were carving up then, and look what's happened now. So obviously we're trying to restructure some things in terms of our underage groups and trying to get some performance there. I think we're doing the right things, to be fair. Probably when I was coming through, we didn't really have. We had the under 20 when we only played 5 games a year. Now we're playing a fair few. We've got the under 16s, under 19s. I'm hearing whispers about under 21s coming back. I'm not too sure. So I think we're moving in the right direction. It's just trying to get everyone on the same page, how we play, what that looks like, and moving forward, trying to retain talent, trying to keep talent, and then obviously trying to develop that talent as well.
Last one.